Hello everyone, my name is Mark and this is Eowyn and she's cleaning herself. And welcome to another streaming solo. I'm here, I have an air conditioning unit right next to me, so please let me know if there is too much background noise. I will turn it down or turn it off. Actually, I could probably turn it to a lower setting. But today I'm going to be playing Black Sonata. I'm very excited about this. So this is a deduction game where I use this deck of cards and pull from it, and here's some more that would be in it, except I made a deck going A to Z with the second of the top numbers here, or letters, excuse me. And the reason these are out is because there are dashes in that second spot, as you can see right here. And this deck governs the hidden movement in this game. So as I said, it's deduction, where I will be attempting to find these symbols on the Dark Lady that I choose. At random, by the way. And she will move around using this deck. And I have to find her, and then that will give me a clue about her symbols on her card. This, by the way, is the Dark Lady from Shakespeare's sonnets, if you were unaware. And so I'm just trying to find that. I have several expansions for this game, or I have the 2 expansions that are out, but they have a ton of modular additions. I'm not going to use any of them for this first game, and it should be short enough that I can just play 2 games today. And the second game, I'm going to add in several of the expansion modules. So, as I said, I have this deck of cards, A through Z. And we put those in here, and then I'm going to give it a quick cut, and then I always like to cut it again, just because that really shuffles the starting point. And then we'll put that off to the side. I'm going to make sure that I do the setup correctly. I printed off and laminated a helper card for both the setup and the gameplay. And actually, hold on a moment. I'm going to pull this up so that I can see a little easier if anyone comments. Oh, and I need to pull that up as well for Rumble. Okay. So, to start off, I place the pawn and shuffle the fog cards. So this represents me, and I'm going around London trying to find the Dark Lady. So I think I'm actually going to go where I don't usually go. I'm going to start down here in the Liberty of the Clink. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to pull that card out of the location cards. I'll go into that a little bit later. So that's that, and then I shuffle the fog cards here. All right, that's good there. Then I will take a random clue card to be the Dark Lady. Now, these have all sorts of different suits. So you've got a bluebell, you've got a leaf, I forgot what kind of leaf that is, an acorn. No, that's the bluebell, excuse me. I don't remember, there's a rose. I don't remember the names of all these. I think they're on the back here. They are not. That's fine. So I will shuffle these up. Then choose one. So we have this one. It is the rose. That is going to go right there. That is the Dark Lady that I'm attempting to find. Now, we also, as it says here, find the other one card with the same suit. We put that on the other side here, and we put all of the location cards on top of there. Now, these are the clue cards, and so I'll put the Dark Lady clues on the other side of this and turn it over, put that over here. So every time I visit a location, I'll pull one of those clues, or one of the locations, off of the Rose clue card, so that if I ever visit all of the locations, then I get the clue here. So, which is why I started at the Liberty of the Clink, and I have that card right here. All right. Then we have placed the stealth cards in order. Cut the deck, put the countdown at 2. So I get a total of 3 times through this location deck. So when I get to the bottom of it, this 2 will come out, and I will start 2, I'll flip it over to 1, and then flip it around to 0, and when I hit 0 on the bottom of it, if I get to that point, then I lose. So we're starting with the 2, that goes on the bottom. And there we go. We are ready to go. I'm actually going to put this, these are the 2 expansions, by the way, the rule books for them. And here are my extra cards from this setup, and these are the expansion modules I'm going to use in my next play. Hey, hey, Kung Fu Panda. Eidolon 1345 has arrived. All right. So, if anybody at any time, and I'll repeat this throughout the thing, if anybody at any time needs an idea of how the game goes, because they came in a little bit later or whatever, then just let me know, and I will try to update you with a shortened version of how the game works. So, every turn, we will update the Dark Lady's location, so we'll basically take the top card and put it on the bottom. Then I get to choose an action or pass. And so I will move my pawn, or I will search in the location that I currently am in, or I will use a fog card if it is the top card, and that's it. That's the only things in the base game. Okay, can't change it. We'll still call you Kung Fu Squirrel then. Okay. All right, so first thing we got to do, the Dark Lady starts on a location with this symbol. Now, I don't know what location this is, but it corresponds to one of the symbols on the board, so she might even start where I am. So I'm going to take these helper tokens, and I'm going to put a 1 here, and here, and here, because those are the 3 locations with this icon. And so she moves to a house location. So, wow. And she could be in any of those. So she could have gone from here to either of these 2 locations, and I might as well just make use of these helper tokens, because there's that, or if she was here, she could have gone there, or if she was here, she could have gone there. And if she started in either of these 2 locations, that's the only option. So I will go with 2 and 2. Now, to eliminate that, I'm just gonna go ahead and for my first turn, since I started here, why not? We'll go ahead and search this location. So I'm gonna take a fog card and slide it underneath here. So now that fog card is in place of her location. I take this current location, and you'll notice there's a little hole in the middle of that card, and I put it underneath this and flip it over. And we have, only my plague, thus far I count my gain, that she that makes me sin awards me pain. Anyway, there's a hole, in the hole in this card, you see there is nothing. That means that she did not start here because, or rather she did not start here because this location is not the Liberty of the Clink. So I can safely remove the 2 and the 1 here. So, because I know that she definitely is not right there right now. So So there we go. This card goes away and is worthless. And Liberty of the Clink is right there. Now, when I do that, I advance her location. The number of cards of clues, or the number of cards equal to the number of clues that I have. I currently have no clues, so doesn't matter. So we will start over, update. She's going to move 1 space to a location with that symbol. Now, in this deck setup, she can't stay in the same spot. So she could not have gone here and then stayed there, which means this cannot be her second location, but she could have gone from here to here or from here to here, but I know, or from either of those two here. So I know that her third location is one of these 2 spots. Okay, so the question is, how far behind do I want to get? And I don't think there are any any numbers other than 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So that's fine. Okay, so the question is, do I want to go up this way, or do I want to go to Southwark and maybe get all of the locations? We'll go ahead and go to the Blackfriars, thinking that maybe she'll come this direction. So I'm going to move over here. Now we'll update her location, and she is at another house, which means she had to be in one of these 2 locations, so she is again at one of these 2 locations, and why not? I'm in the Blackfriars, so actually I need to take that out of this deck. It's on the bottom. So why not? I'll search again because she could be where I am. So let's grab another fog card. We'll slide that under there and stick this on the Blackfriars and find out she is not here, which means right now she's in that location. Okay, this is again useless, and that will go away. So she's definitely over here, which means very likely she started here and went that way, meaning I started on the same location as her, and then she went that way. She's right there right now. Again, I have no clue cards, so she's gonna not advance, and then I start the round updating her location again. So she's gonna go there. I think that it is very likely, oh, if she went to there, then she could have gone to either of those locations. I'm going to have a hard time picking up on this. It appears. So if I stay where I am, I could potentially catch her in Blackfriars, but you know what? I just kind of want to just let things go and work my way around. So I'm actually going to go up here to Clerkenwell. And I'm going to grab that location. There it is. And then we update her location again. And she, that's too bad because she definitely came back around to here. So I just passed her on the road. Yep. And I'll bet you she's going around this way. So I'm going to come around and see if I can catch her on the other side. So I'm going to go to Cripplegate. And I will grab that one. And she's going to move, to St. Paul's. I didn't expect that one. So she went around and did that. I'm pretty much betting that she started here and went that way. Now, I can't know for absolutely sure, but this is what I'm going to guess. Okay, so it appears that she is here right now. I think there's a good chance she's going to head over to Cornhill since she did this kind of circle thing. So I'm going to head over to Cornhill. Take that. And it is almost a sure thing. That last location was one of these. So unless I royally mix this up and she came from here to here to here, which is possible, Yes, a good old game of tag. Am I missing half of that? Yep. All right, so I'm betting that she's in Cornhill. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and put Cornhill on here. And look at that. I was right. And you'll notice, so this right here, Cornhill, basically it's like this. This is the back of the cards. So she's in one of these 3 locations on this card. This in the middle of this blank card basically tells you where she is, but you don't know where she is looking at it on this side. So you put the location there, and boom, she's in the magnifying glass there, which means she is in that location. So I have found her, which means I get a clue. So I take the top one of these, and this card has a bunch of information on it. So first of all, if I had chosen this card as the Dark Lady, randomly, then she would have these 3 symbols, okay? I have tokens that represent the 7 symbols that could be in the game, okay? These 3 symbols are on here. Now I need to figure out what 3 symbols are on this card. So this shows the relationship between each of the different suits and this card. So this one is a rose. And so this card has one and only one of these 3 symbols. So there you go. I'm looking at the heart, the chain, and the inkwell. But again, only one of those 3 symbols. So there you go. Okay, now that I have a clue, she's going to end the round by advancing 1 space, which means from here, she clearly went here or there, and I'm going to guess there. And then I start the round where she moves again. And she, again, clearly went up there. Now, I'm going to guess that the next move is probably, she doesn't often double back, so I'm going to go back up to Cripplegate and hope that I meet her there. Her next location... Oh. Okay, I missed something there. Clearly missed something. She went straight from that to... That's odd. Because I know where she was here. Then she went... Oh. She did double back. And then went over here, so she's up there now. Okay. Well, again, it's very likely that she is now going to go to Cripplegate, so I'm going to stay where I am. And there we go. We'll use Cripplegate again. Stick another fog card in here. Put that on there, and no. Wow, she double backed again. Okay. Well, clearly, I'm not getting her her route down very well. Okay, so she moves again. And in this case, she would have gone down there. And then I start the round by her moving again. So she's down here. Okay, so I'm going to start moving around and just collecting some cards. So she's currently here. I'm just going to put a thing there, clearly. So I will move up to Shoreditch. And I will grab that. And then she's going to move. Clearly she is here. And you know what? I'm going to make use of one of these helper cards. So I'm going to put this token there, and this, to indicate that 5 cards from here, she will end in this location. So we're going to put 4 cards on top of this, right here. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She'll be in this location. So the next time around, she will be there. She's like a Bigfoot hide-and-go-seek champion, right? Okay, so she moved there, and I have that location there. Okay, so I'm going to move to Bishopsgate. And then she's going to move again. And she double-backed again. Yep, so she's over here now. All right, well, since we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some more locations next time. Hallideadly. Hello, Hallideadly. I assume next time you mean the next time I get through this deck? Okay, so I will go to Cornhill and already grabbed that. Well, maybe I'll go to Eastcheap instead. But I haven't gotten any of these 3 locations, so that's okay. I'll go to Cornhill. I'll hopefully catch her over here unless she, again, double backs. You know what? Instead of that, I'm going to use this because I know exactly where she is. Okay, so Cornhill is fine. She is there. I'm going to do this. Oh, she double backed yet again. She's here again, so she kind of went burp, 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 burp. Okay, then I will move to Eastcheap. Unless I have somehow completely misread this, which is possible. Okay, she will move, and likely she is right where I am. So I'm going to use that Eastcheap. We're going to put another fog card right in there. By the way, if I run out of fog cards, I lose. So there's that. So Eastcheap. Yes, I was correct. She is in Eastcheap. So this card goes away. Eastcheap goes right there. And I am going to grab another clue. And in this particular case, she either has 0 of these icons or exactly 2 of them. And I believe that is how they get away with 2 of the same suit, because one of them will have none of these, and the other one of these cards will have 2 of these. So we've got that going on, which means, actually, let's take a look at these 2. So one of these, and also 1 or 0 of these. Or excuse me, 2 or 0 of these. Now, here's the thing, is it cannot be both of these 2. So if it is 2 of these, then it will be the rattle and one of them and not the heart. So I'm going to go ahead, just so I remember that, I'm going to put the rattle here. Good girl, AON. All right. So I now have 2 clue cards, which means she moves 2 spaces without me knowing where. So I'm gonna take 2 cards and stick them down there. So from here, 2 spaces, she either went back down here. Man, she's doing a lot of doubling back. Or she's back where I am again and doubled back yet again. I'm going to guess that she went over here. And then she moves, and then she starts the round by moving again. And it doesn't matter because she yet again doubled back. Unless, oh, no. She did go back here. Well, she could be in either of these 2 locations, but I'm going to guess she doubled back again and then came up here. So what do I do at this point? I only have 3 locations, St. Paul's and these 2 left. So I think she's over here. And we're actually nearing the end of this set. So she's going to have to make it back over here. So I'm going to move down to these two locations and try to catch her before she gets back there. So I'm going to go down to London Bridge, and I will take that, and then she will move, and she's probably here. And then I'll move down to Southwark. So the only location I have left is St. Paul's, and she will move again to there. I'm actually going to stay, no, I'll move to here so that I can catch her there, and then I can come around the other side. So yes, so I'll move here. She's going to move. She went around that way. No, she didn't. What? How did I miss that? She was in one of these two. Did she go back up here? She only has 3 spaces to get back here. Boy, she must have milled around down here again. Because I think she's back there again. Okay. Well, then I'm going to move here. And she will move. What? House to... So she has to be in Cornhill. Wow, I have this completely... She was up there. She went back up around. Which means her starting location is up here. No! Okay. So then she did start up there. She did go here second. So I just have this completely wrong. Okay. So she is currently there. What happened here? What did I do? She was there, she just moved there. Okay, then I need to catch her around the other side. So I'm gonna go here. She's going to move there likely. I'm gonna go here. She's going to move again, and I have to take and put, hey Ripper! And I have to take and put this on 1. And she moves up to there, because she has to be up there now. Okay. So I'm going to go here and take this. Now I've visited every single location, which means I get this clue. And she has 1 of these icons. Okay, so 1 of those and 1 of those. And 2 or 0 of these. And that isn't super helpful together. Except, as I said, if it's 2 of these, it cannot be those 2 together. It must be the rattle. So it could be that it is the rattle, 1 of these, which would be that card, and 1 of these 2. Alternatively, it's none of those, which means it's definitely the heart, which means that this clue does me no good at all. Because that also says the heart. But actually, let's just see what the possibilities there are there. If it's 0 of these, then it can't be those 2, which means it must be that one. Okay. If it is that one, then it cannot be either of these. Now, this is just a hypothetical. I'm just seeing if this is likely. Which means it also, if it's 1 of those, it also cannot be this one or this one. Which means the only other possibility is this one. Therefore, it cannot be, because I need 3 symbols, obviously. So therefore, it cannot be 0 of these. Right? I'm just running through that in my head again. 0 of those means it must be this one. And if it is this one, then it also must be that one there, which means it cannot be these two, which means the only two viable are these two, which means it cannot be 0 of those. Yes. Okay. So I know for sure it is definitely this one. Okay. Which that means that the second one must be one of these two, which means also it is definitely not the heart, because it has to be one of these two, which are both on this one, which means it cannot be the heart. So I know it is definitely not the heart. Which also means that the third one must be either the ring or the crown, because those are the only two things on here. Which means it cannot be that one. Okay, well, there's the deduction for you. By the way, please let me know if there's too much background noise. It's very hot today, and so I have an AC unit right next to me. I apologize if it's too much background noise. I will turn it off if it is, but as long as I'm thinking about it, I'm going to start today's poll, because there's at least 6 of you here. And so today's poll for next week's game is going to be among these 3. So I've talked about Maquis. It is a worker placement game set in World War II France, and you are part of the French resistance to the Nazi occupation. And it's just a really fun solo worker placement game. The next one, my number 1 on my solo board games list is, let me get rid of that so I can actually see. Legacy of You. Now this is a legacy sort of style game. It's not legacy in the sense that you change it, that you change anything permanently, but it has a resettable campaign that changes the game. I could potentially play a couple of weeks of this, but I don't know that we want to do. I believe the campaign lasts a minimum of 7 full games, maximum of 13, I want to say, but a minimum of 7. And so I don't know that we want to do 7 straight streams of Legacy of You, but it would be a lot of fun. It has some deck building. It has a bunch of resource management and hand management. And you are in ancient China attempting to build dikes to divert the river from flooding everything. Then we have Nemo's War. And Nemo's War is, this one will definitely take 2 streams, but it is a single game. It's just one really long game. And you are Captain Nemo of 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the Jules Verne book. And I love that book, by the way. And you are attempting to just accomplish the goal that you have set out for that game. And basically it changes based on the setup. So those are the 3 choices for next week. And in fact, with the exception of Sprawlopolis, which I plan on just playing after a game when I still have some time, these are the last 3 on my top 10 solo-only games. And so these will be the last 3 that I rotate through and for figuring out what I play next. In any case, don't touch the butt. So I will let that poll continue to go for a while. Wow, I continue. So where were we? Ah, yes, we'd figured out a lot of that. And now I need to continue. So it is right after I got, no, it is not. I got a clue, but I did not do a search. So she's just moving. So that was, I moved, it's her turn. Okay, and I already know where she's going. So she is up there. I technically don't know where this is, but I searched for her down here at this point. Okay, I'm gonna stay there because I know where she's coming. So she's gonna move. Clearly she's here. I will use this. Actually, I could have, you know what, we'll do that. She was here, I was gonna stay anyway. So instead I'm gonna do this fog card. I don't often use the fog cards because I find them to be a little swingy. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, and I don't want to disrupt what I have going, especially right here. But for the stream, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna put another fog card here, and then we reveal this. Since I'm not moving, we do this instead. So discard this card and reveal a new clue card. Ooh, that is really good. So this one goes out of the game. So I have fewer of these. That actually might have helped me just end the game here. Okay, reveal a new, aw, I bent the card here. Okay, reveal a new clue card. So that is the next one. And that may have helped me quite a bit here. So on this card, hold on. I don't like that this bent a little bit. There we go. All right, so on this card, there will be one of these three symbols. And I already know that it's not going to be that, and I already know that it's not going to be that, which means we have eliminated, because of this card, we have eliminated this from the equation, because it has to be one of those two symbols. And I'm just going to work my way through that again mentally. It can't be that one, and it can't be that one. We've already determined that based on other things, which means it must be this one, and the two alternatives were these two. So that was pretty helpful. Okay. So that is what I did instead of my turn. And now she is moving, and she is clearly here, so I'm going to take this along with another fog card. We'll put a fog card right there. We'll put that on there. And she's not there. What happened? Oh, that's right. She could have been there or here. Okay. I forgot about that. So now I know she went that way. The bummer is, on the next go-around, I can't find her in either of these two locations because I have a fog card there instead. So this one is done. Now, I searched for her. Even though I didn't find her, she is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. And she did a ton of bumping around or jumping around here that I don't remember. She must have come, let's see. That's right, this one is the 5, which means in 5 spaces from there, she will be here. I don't know that I can even trust that anymore. So right now, she is in one of these 3 locations. And she moved 4 spaces from here. I'll put that there instead. So she could have gone, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. That wouldn't have worked. She could not have gone 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough. I think she's probably in Bishopsgate right now. 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I think it's very likely she is here in Bishopsgate. For anybody that's just joining us, I am doing a deduction hidden movement solo game. And this deck of cards, ordered alphabetically, and I did the second one here. which is why these cards are not in here. So B would be second in the deck. Again, ordered alphabetically. Show one of the symbols that's on a location where she is at any given time. And she will move around using the 26 cards. She'll move around, and I have to figure out where she is in this hidden movement game. And then every time I find her, I get a clue. And then I need to, from those clues, deduce the symbols on her card. Okay. So I think it's very likely that she is here. And now she moves right away. And I don't know where she went from there. Bummer. I'm glad I got this card, because if I hadn't, then I'd be in a tough way. Okay, because I don't know where she is, I'm going to go ahead and use this clue card. So we'll put that in there. We have advance the stealth deck by 2 cards. Well, that's not good. And this, I believe, goes back. You know what? I'm going to have to double check that, because like I said, I almost never use the fog cards. So that will be here. Place it on the bottom of the fog deck unless you're instructed to discard it. Okay. So this goes on the bottom. And whoop. I need to advance it twice. Okay, so boop, boop. So from there, she moved 3 and ended up on one of these. So probably 1, 2, 3. So most likely she's there, although she could have gone 1, 2, 3. Boy, I just don't know. She could not have come this way. Again, assuming she was even there. Oh, hi. Yeah, did you need some love? Cat break. Yeah. Oh, anyone hears something? Oh, you can't see her. Yeah, put her back a little bit. Let's move her. There we go. Hi. All right. This is not my best showing. I also know that in 6 moves, she will be here. So she could, and then she does a lot of jumping back and forth. So I think I'm going to move this way. Okay, so this will be 1. Oh. Well, she's in one of those 2 locations. I'm going to stay where I am just in case. So here's, oh no, if I do and she is there, then I'm going to miss her here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I need to move and catch her there. Okay, so 2, I'm going to move. She's going to move. She's right here. And actually, knowing that, I think I will stay here and catch the one just before it. So, yes, so I'm going to stay here. She's going to do that. I am there. Yeah. We're going to do that. Boom! She's in Southwark. Okay, I only have 2 more chances here. So we'll throw that underneath. It looks like A1 was done, so we'll just move this out of the way. Now I can get a little more centered on the board. Here we go. So now we got the other one that's 0 or 2. So 0 or 2 of these icons. Well, we know not that one, and we know not that one. So she cannot have the ring, which means that those are the 3 icons. All right, that is awesome. Now I need to catch her one more time, because that is when I will discover if I am correct. And for all I know, I'm not. So she's going to advance 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to this. So I know she did a bunch of this. So I believe, well, you know what? Let's say from here, she definitely went 1. And then I think she went 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm pretty sure she's right there. She didn't go 1, 2, 3. I guess she could have. Either way, I'm going to move here. Oh, excuse me. She moves once at the beginning of the turn. So she is definitely there. Okay, so I'm going to move here. She'll move again, and she could be in either of those 2 locations. Well, you know what? I got to go for it. However, I do know where she's going to be on turn 1. So maybe I better not, because if I'm wrong, then she's going to move 5 all the way to there, which will be one of these 2 locations just before there, and I'm not going to be able to get to her in time. And these 2 locations have fog cards, so I'd better play it safe and just move up there. So I'm going to go here. She moved. Oh, it's a good thing I played it safe, because she was definitely at Cornhill, because you cannot get to one of these locations from London Bridge. So she was there. She is now in one of these 2 spots. I don't need that. And I'll move there. She will move. Oh, so she was here. She moved back there. That is hilarious. I'll just go up here and wait for her. So she's gonna move there, which is probably that one. Then she'll go back here. Then she's probably over there. And then I'm going to stay there. She's going to move one more time. We're at the 0 now, and she's definitely in Shoreditch. So we're going to use this one. Put that on Shoreditch, and boom, she is there. So now we find out if all of this came to the right conclusion. But before that, I'm going to read Clark's message. Hello. Sorry I missed you, Set. Hey, no worries, Clark. Oh, you went on a Bermuda cruise. That is cool. I wish we could have gone, but I don't know that you would have invited us on your personal fun vacation with your wife, so never mind. But I'd always love to be on a cruise. Let's see. Yeah. Definitely, I agree, Hella Deadly. So let's find out. I'll let you guys have that conversation next time for sure. Cool, Clark. Thanks. Okay, so now we find out if all of my deduction was correct. These are my choices. And here is the Black Lady. Boom. We have the crown, we have the chain, and we have the baby rattle. Yeah, I won. Okay, so that was the basic game. Now, I'm going to add in a whole mess of, well, not a whole mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5, because this isn't actually, I guess it's kind of a modular expansion. Modules. And yeah, so we will take all of the Dark Ladies. Where did There we go. I'm going to get rid of all of these cards because that is the first change, is that we are going to substitute the darker ladies. There we go. Let's see. 7 days. Very nice. Out, not, or... I don't get that, but that's okay. That's great, Deadly. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to use those dark ladies instead. And actually, let me go ahead and just go from the setup. So I'm going to flip this over. And we have place the pawn and shuffle the fog cards. So I'm adding in a whole bunch of things that make the game harder. So I am going to add these expansion fog cards to the fog cards that I am allotted in this game, making it just slightly easier for me on that front. Got a little bit of upkeep here to do. I will also have to order these cards in alphabetical order. Okay, but we'll get to that in a moment. So, where do I want to start this time? We'll start in Clerkenwell, just because. Oop. So I will get this. This will go off to the side. Okay, but first thing we're going to do is shuffle these cards. So then, number 2, take a random clue card to be the Dark Lady. So I'll put these there. We'll shuffle these. And then the special setup for these darker ladies, I got a spade. So the spade is the Dark Lady. Now, there are 2 more spades here. At random, we pick one of these to go under here. And now, if I visit all of the locations, I will get that one. The other one, I need to grab the rule book because I don't remember how many cards I put it under. Let's see. Place one of these. 3 other and shuffle them. And yes, okay. So I'll grab 1, 2, 3. Shuffle these together so that I don't know where they are. Oh, I'm sorry, I made it so you can't see anything. I put these on here and put the rest of these on here, and then I turn that over, and there we go. What do you got? That's cool. Okay. Then I did that. I did that. Okay, the next step is the stealth cards. So I am going to use the rightmost letter. Let me make some room here. So the ones with a dash there will not be used. Then I'm actually going to pull out another one of the expansion things. But give me a moment while I pull these out. Okay, so these are the cards that we might use. These are cards we definitely are not using. And now I'm going to use this expansion here. So this replaces the symbol with possible locations. And each one has possible locations that are different on the back, and it is based on the color rather than the symbol. And so I believe it said 6 is a good number to start with. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And we'll put that back up there. And these are the letters they are replacing. So A and B. Okay, then I need to find, I don't need B anymore. C, then I don't need A anymore. D, there it is. And then E. I won't need H or G because they are there. So E, and then F, and then G, H. And then we have I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. There's an R that I don't need. Or the Q. Here we go. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, don't need the Y, and Z. There we go. So there is my new deck, and we're going to cut it right there. Okay, these will go back over there. So that is another module that we're doing. Then I'm going to do these two modules, which I'll explain in a moment. And the elusive poet. So I don't remember where to start this. Grab that. I'm actually not using anything from the Strange Shadows. I haven't practiced very much with those, and they're quite a bit more expansive. All right, set up with a matching color. So he will go right here. And I don't need this. I'll just put it up there, that's fine. Put that up there too. All right, so the elusive poet only moves when the player pawn is exactly one step away. He will never move into a location with the current stealth symbol. He will never move in the fog. And given the choice, he will take the rightmost option facing away from the player pawn. Now, if I can catch him, if I land on the same space, then I discard a fog card and then just gain a clue. And then I move him back to the matching color location. So, in addition to that, we have these two things. Now, this, again, ups the difficulty quite a bit. So I'm going to put the 3 back here instead of the 2. So I get a total of 4 times through the deck. Now, what this is, this right here is an expansion that makes it so that I have to discover the Dark Lady's favorite type of location. And so I choose one of these cards. This will be her favored location. And actually, I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to put another one as my helper card just so I can eliminate. I'll use these tokens to just cover them up. But during the game, I will put, instead of taking a turn doing anything else, I'll put my current location under here and see how many spaces away from her favored location I am. And then that's where I can use these. And yeah. And then I have to meet her when I'm confronting her finally with her correct combination. I have to meet her in her favored location. And if I am wrong, then I lose. All right, let me catch up here. Clark, good question. The expansions are extra. The game that I just finished when you came in, that was just the base game. And I am right now adding in a bunch of the things from the Fair Youth expansion, which I'm about to explain the Fair Youth in a minute. The only thing I added that's from the Strange Shadows expansion was the extra fog cards, and they just reduced the difficulty a little bit. Strange Shadows has the darkest ladies, as well as you have to find her blazon, or coat of arms, if you will. And there are a couple other really fun things. One of the things in the Strange Shadows makes it a two-player game, where instead of a solo using this deck as the movement for the hidden movement, whoever you're playing with does hidden movement, and you are trying to find where they are at any given time. I haven't tried that yet, but in fact, I just read the rules on it just a little bit ago. Give me a second here. Unstoppable. That's one that's on my list. I think you mentioned it to me. That's hilarious, Clark. I think I would probably prefer the Dungeon Crawler Carl version as well, just based on the theme, because I like fantasy slightly more than sci-fi. But I would definitely love to play Unstoppable. It looks like it'd be right up my alley. Okay, so that was the favored... Actually, I don't even know the name of that. I shouldn't have thrown that way up there. That is the Rendezvous. So I have to find her in her favored rendezvous. Highly recommend. I'll keep that in mind. Then we have the Fair Youth, and I'm going to shuffle these up. And I also pulled just one. And the way this works is each of these cards corresponds to one of the locations on the board. So we'll pull this one out, and I won't need any of the rest of these cards. And on the back of this, I can also check how or in which direction the Fair Youth went from my location to get to his hideout. So he has a particular hideout that he goes to. I can ask a bystander which direction from where I am he went. So that is all the expansions that I'm going to play with. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and use the 1, 2, 3, 4 to start off, and then see where that goes. So here we go. She's going to have started in one of these 3 locations, and then update to a house. This is the exact same situation that we were in last game, where her second location was either swapping from the 2 possibles, or going here or here. So now, since I have, hold on. Oh, cool. I would like to as well. I don't know really anything about it at all, and I couldn't find them on audiobook. So I imagine they're not on audiobook, or maybe they are. Let me know. I will be much more likely to read them, and it'll be easier for me to read them if they are. But anyway. Okay, so since I don't have much information yet, I'm going to go ahead and do one of these other things at Clerkenwell. So let's go ahead and start with the Fair Youth, because I don't think it'll be very useful for me to do the Rendezvous just yet. So, from my current location, the Fair Youth went this way. So I will do this and mark that. Now, the location indicators are always the closest way, the fastest way to get to the hideout. And also, if I'm at the hideout, then it'll just go in any random direction from the hideout. So, yeah. Okay. So the Fair Youth is going in that direction. Okay. So now it's her turn again. She's going to go from that to a tree location, which is one of these 2. So the third location will be a tree possible there or there, which means she could not have started here and gone there. So I'm going to remove that one. So it's either 1, 2, 3. So actually, I'll just go ahead and put the 2 there. So 1, 2, 3. Or, and it also, she also could not have gone, well, I guess she could have doubled back. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. And since this is where I am, I might as well search. And then I can eliminate a bunch of stuff from that. So, Clerkenwell. No way, she's at Clerkenwell. So this is not a 2, this is not a 3. I still don't know where she started, necessarily. But I found her. So let's deal with that. Let's get rid of that. And I get the top clue. And we have a spade here, which means she has one of these and no more. So I'm going to take those 3. We have the ring, we have the rattle, and we have the chain. And I'm just going to put them all on one of these because it cannot be more than just one of those. Let's see. They are. Okay. Great narrator. Clerkenwell, yes. I didn't intend to say that. If I did, though, I'm going to call it Clerkenwell for the rest of the game. Clark, what platform? Are they on Audible? Because that's the one I use the most. Otherwise, I go to my local library, and I know I didn't see them at my local library, but maybe I'm wrong. So, yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so there's that. I got that done. She's going to advance 1 space, which means she is either there or there. And then start the turn, she will move. So she moves from one of, okay, I'm going to do this. From one of these 2 locations to either Clerkenwell or Cornhill or the Blackfriars or London Bridge. Where'd that go? Right here. Now, she cannot stay on the same space, so she could not have moved to the Blackfriars because she couldn't have gotten there from here, and she wouldn't stay there. And she cannot get to the London Bridge, so she's either here or back there. I doubt she went from Clerkenwell away and then back there again. Clerkenwell. Gotcha. Clerken rope? I don't know what that is. I'm going to guess she's probably in Cornhill. So I'm going to put her there. And in fact, I might... Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm pretty sure that right there, she is right there. So I'm going to do that. Now, I need to decide what to do from here. I think I'm going to go the long way and hope that she goes that way. If not, I'll be able to check some other things along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Blackfriars. And she's going to move to... Oh, I was wrong. She was on Blackfriars. So she did. I was incorrect. She did a little whoop-de-doo right there. Hmm. No. She went back to Clerkenwell. She's on Blackfriars right now. She double backed that. She did a double back that way. Very interesting. Okay. Well, she's got to be on Blackfriars right now. So I'm going to check that out. Again, I could be completely wrong. I was not wrong. Very nice. Okay, so I get another clue. Now, in this particular case, it is either one or two of these. Not 3, not 0, 1 or 2. And so the one could be that one. Let's see, the other ones are this and this. So if the one on here is this, then that is one of the 1 or 2. Okay, that card isn't super helpful at the moment. I forgot to actually see who it was from the last one. It was the Rose. And it was not that Rose. Yes, it was this one. Mary Fitton was our Dark Lady last time. Okay. Okay, so I did that. I found her. She was not there, by the way. She was here. Because that's that one. Yeah. Yeah, she was over there. She had to be. So I'm going to leave that there. Okay. I have 2 clues, so she advances 2 spaces immediately, and that will put her... Really? That has to put her right back on top of where I am. Because 2 spaces from where she is, and again, she moves every time in this one. If she moved twice, it would be here, and if she moved twice, she can't get to there. So she had to move away and then back to the space I'm in. The bummer is she now updates. So she's going to move here, which means she is currently right there. Okay, well, I have yet to check for her rendezvous point yet. So I think I better start doing that. So we're going to see Blackfriars is 1 away. Okay. Her favored location is 1 away. And I'll put this 2 over here. That's, you know what? I better just remember, and I'm going to do it this way. Sorry about that. The ones are there and there. Her favored location is 1 away from my current location. And let me just double check that that doesn't include the space that I'm on. In at least 1 location, the indicated number of steps. So exactly the indicated number of steps. So I will cover some. So the cross and the tree and this and this and the home. So these 2 are not possible rendezvous. Okay, good to know. She's going to move again to another house, which tells me that, again, she's likely right on top of me again. I'll check it again. Blackfriars. Yep. Wow. She's doing a lot of weird moving around over here. Okay. I'm not going to complain, though, because I keep getting clues. So yet again, 1 or 2 of this one. So this one hasn't even come into play yet. This one, that one, and the heart. These are a little more difficult to noodle out, if you will. Okay, give me a moment while I attempt to noodle this. So we have a... Could be that. We definitely know it's at least one of those. And at least one of those, but not all 3. Very interesting. So I also know that based on these 2 cards, it is either, and I'll go ahead and use these, it's either that one or that one, but not both. Yeah, I still have nowhere near enough information. So let's not worry about it. The only thing I know definitively is that only one of those can be it. Okay, so we're going to move ahead 3 spaces. What? Oh, my top-down camera froze. Well, that's not cool. Let me try this. Uh-oh. That's not good. No! Well... Give me a minute. I'm going to have to try and fix that. Did that work? Hopefully. No, it did not. Well, this is a bit of a problem. Oh, there we go. Yay! Back in business. This well is deep and dark, and I was in the bottom of it. Okay. I don't remember what happened here. I think I just pulled 4 off, is that right? She was there, she moved 4, she's now on one of these spaces. So from here, she could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly. Anyway, she's in one of these 2 spaces. So, well, I just did that, didn't I? I better start moving around a little bit. Actually, no. I'm gonna check, see in which direction the fair youth went from here. Oh, hold on. So that was those, and then she moves again. 2. one of the green spaces. And so from here, she would have had to go there or there. So she's in one of those two spaces, Bishopsgate or Liberty of the Clink. I'm not even going to attempt to guess. I'm just going to do that. So Blackfriars, let's see which way the fair youth went from here. Toward this way. Okay, that's cool. And then she's going to move again to one of these. Okay, well, that's not helpful at all. Because if she was there, she could have gone to either of those spaces. And if she was here, she could have gone to either of those spaces. So, yeah, that's not helpful in the slightest. All right, well, I'm going to follow the fair youth. So I'm going to move to the Liberty of the Clink, and she will move to a house. Now, if... Boy, this is, again, still not helpful. From here, she would have gone there. Oh, no, she wasn't there. She was either... That's right. Eastcheap, St. Paul's, Shoreditch, or Southwark. And from there, she moved to a house. So she could literally be at any of the houses. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I do get Liberty of the Clink here. And you know what? I'm going to check the fair youth again. This way, still. Okay. That's good. She is going to move to one of these spaces. Okay, so to here, here, or here. Since she can't stay in the same space, she would not have been there, and she can't move to here from a house location. So she is currently in one of these two spaces. So I'm going to put that there as a reminder. And then from there, I am again going to just check the rendezvous. This is only the second rendezvous, so again, one space away. That's not helpful. It's not helpful at all. Because that's there. And all three. Oh, it is slightly helpful because it eliminates the tree. One space away from there is the tree. Actually, you know what? I don't even need this one here. Because I'm eliminating them as I go. Well, I'll go ahead and put them there anyway. All right, so she's going to move again to that. Okay, she was definitely right here. She was definitely there, which means... Yeah, because she couldn't have been over here, so she is definitely right here right now. Okay, so on top of this card... Yes, because she couldn't have gotten here unless she was over there. Oh my gosh. Well, from here, I'm going to use this and say 5 steps away is this location. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is my turn. I'm going to go ahead and move over to Southwark and grab that. And then she's going to move to here. It looks like she's coming my direction, so I'm going to check out the fair youth again. And still in this direction. Okay, she's going to move to... She could be at the London Bridge, or she could have gone back to Cornhill. I think it's very likely she went to London Bridge. The other possibilities are Clerkenwell or the Blackfriars, and I don't think she was over there because she just came from a mug. So she can't have been over there. So she's definitely right here, or in one of these two locations. I think she's at the London Bridge. So I'm going to take this opportunity to use this again and see that 2 spaces away, there is a location. Aw, that's again not useful. Because I already know it's not that one. And this one... Oh, no, but it is useful because 2 spaces away does not have the cross symbol. This game has taken a lot longer than I was expecting. We're already at... oh, no, we're only a half hour into it. Or maybe 40 minutes into it. Depends on how long it took me to set up. Let's see. Okay. So she's going to move again. I'm pretty sure she's right there. And 2 of these back to back. Shoreditch, Southwark, Eastcheap, or St. Paul's. I think she's right here. So I am going to do that. Go with Southwark. Okay, here we go. Yes, I was right. Okay, so we got another one. Which means I was exactly correct on that one. We have this 0 or 1 of these. So, out of this one, and that one, we have 0 or 1. Huh. That is, again, not super helpful. Now, can I compare that to some of these others? Sort of. This definitely makes the deduction a lot more involved. Oops. This really thinky game may not have been the best choice for a stream when I'm not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot of talking, maybe when I'm thinking. But we'll see. Okay. From here, she's going to move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. She starts at one of these, and she is very nearly to her starting point, which means, in all likelihood, it is there. So from the mug, she will move 1 space to a house. Yeah, I think it's up there. Okay, so I'm going to come around and try and catch her over here somewhere. So, don't need this here anymore. So we're going to go to the London Bridge. Then she's going to move. We'll put this on the 2. Up to there, most likely. I'm going to move again to Eastcheap. But let me just double check. Oh, it's right there. Yes, okay. I'm going to move to Eastcheap. All right. And I need to see, I don't remember if he goes after me or before me. The rival poet. Update her, then him, then I take my turn. Okay. So shoot. I just went. That's right. I just went. Did I grab East Cheap? I did not. Which means it's the start of the turn, so she's going to move to Cripplegate. Put that there. And he is going to move away from me. So he will not move to either of these spaces. So he moves to there. Okay, I know she did a bunch of moving around over here, so I better head off in that direction. Or I can just collect all of these right now. And maybe, you know what, instead, I'm actually going to check out this because the fair poet, or the fair youth, excuse me, it's probably going to be around here somewhere. So, I'm going to do this for my turn. Riverboat. Okay, that's what I thought. It's going to go that direction. So I need to see what London Bridge says. But I'll have to figure that out a little later. Okay, so she's going to go again to, I believe it was this location. Then it is my turn. And while I'm here, I better go back to London Bridge and check that. So she will go again to one of those locations. I'm going to check the London Bridge for the fair youth. Goes to the, oh, to a mug. Well, that's not helpful at all. Well, if I picked London Bridge for his location, it's going to be really difficult to figure out. Okay, well, she's going to move again, and she is right there. That's right, because she moved away and back to it. Okay, well, that's not helpful for me. I'll go ahead and put these here, indicating that they both point in both directions. Okay, so she updated, not updating him. We're going to go back to East Cheap. So she's going to go. And I believe I found her here at that point. Don't need to update him. I'm going to go to Cornhill. Okay, she will go to one of these two locations. Probably that one. And I'm going to check the fair youth again. Mug. So from here, he's going that way. I'm going to have to check Bishopsgate for that too, and then figure out what makes sense. Well, whatever. Okay, that was my turn. She is going to do this, which means she's still goofing around over here. So I will take the opportunity and check out about her rendezvous. 3 spaces away. So I'll put a 3 right there. And from here, 1, 2, 3, okay. The house is okay. This was actually a bad idea. 1, 2, 3. Can I find the... Let's see, yes. 1, 2, 3. That was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. Because I need to find somewhere that I know... Oh, no. I don't know the number, so I can't know that. Okay, well, that one was useless, but that's okay. And she had come from there to the other one of those. Okay, so then she's going to move again. Oh, hold on. Yes, she moves first. Okay, so from one of these two locations to the other of those locations. He will move not to here. Ah, he can't move to any location because he's not going to go to my location. Yeah, very nice. Well, then I'm going to move here. And I have now caught him. And so, firstly, I get St. Paul's. It is unaudible, cool. Awesome. Then, if I catch him, I discard a fog card. Oh, that's good. That was a bad one. And then I gain a clue, and then I put him on the same colored space. So he's going to go to Eastcheap. All right, yet again, we have 0 or 2. Okay. I'm going to have to do some more noodling. Okay, I know it's not... Oh, wait, hold on. This is the first one with this. It cannot be these two. So if it is 2, then this has to be one of them. And if it is 0, then it has to be this one of these. Okay, so let's work that out. Let's work that out in either location or either possibility. So let's say it is 0 of these. We're going to go with 0 of those. That means it must be this one. And it cannot be either of these two. Okay, if it cannot be either of these two, I went 0, so it also can't be this one. Which... This isn't on anything. And that doesn't help me with that one. That only eliminates one of those, so it still could be the other two. So it could be that. And that doesn't help me with that one. It still could be these two. Or just one of these two. Okay. That would not be very helpful if that was the case. Okay, let's say it is 2 of them. That was these two. Then it would have to be this and one of these two. And it could not be this one, which that doesn't matter because it's not on any of the other ones. Okay, if that's the case, could that possibly be? We have 0 or 1 of these. So one of those would mean it cannot be this and it cannot be that. But I don't even know for sure because it might be this one. In which case it could be one of these two. Okay, wow. There's too many permutations here. Okay. So we must have 1 or 2 of those. So it would have to be this, or that. That's not helpful really either. Then 1 or 2 of those. It could be just this one. Wow. I still don't have enough information. Is this the... Yeah, that's the matching suit. I need to get this one, because I don't have enough information with this. So, all 8 are on Audible. Okay, I didn't check that. So I need to visit the other locations. Hi, Aowen. Okay, I didn't search on this one. I just moved. So it is her turn. She's going to go somewhere that I don't even know where it is. The last 3 locations are Cripplegate, Bishopsgate, and Shoreditch. Why not? I'm going to use a fog card and see what this does. Oops. Discard this card. Well, that's not cool. Oh well. All right, then she's going to move. Oh. From somewhere to either where I am, Clerkenwell, or Bishopsgate. And I don't know. So I'm actually going to put this... I do know that that was her starting location. So I'm going to put this here because she could be there. Okay, I'm going to move to Cripplegate. I'm going to grab this. And then she will move to either Clerkenwell, Cornhill, Blackfriars, or the London Bridge. She definitely did not go to the London Bridge. So from here, she could have gone to any of those 3 locations. That's not helpful, so I'm just going to move again. We're going to go up to here, to Shoreditch. I will take that. She is going to move over here. Oh, so she was definitely there, and she came over here. She is now in Eastcheap. Well, that's all right. I'm going to move to Bishopsgate. We'll put her right there because she's definitely there. Okay, and we're going to go again. In five turns, she'll be right there. She is currently... Oh, well, she's currently in Bishopsgate because she has to be. Oh, hold on. I got to back up here. I moved to Bishopsgate. I get this, which means I also get this. Which means she definitely has one of these. I need to go back to my original thing here. I need the rattle. Oops. Aw. Okay. And now I have the crown, the heart, and the rattle. Aw, that's not super helpful. So, one of those and one of those, meaning... I don't have enough space. That's what that means. So all of that could mean... Well, actually, let's see. Let's see. If this means... If it is the rattle, if the rattle is the one thing... Of course. Of course, it is falling down. When deliveries are, we are informed. Wow. That's incredible, hella deadly. Wow. Okay, let's say that the 1 is the rattle. That would mean that it can't be any of these other ones, and it has to be these 3. Does these 3 work for for all of the rest of these? So let's see. 1 or 2 of those. There's no ring, there's no heart, there's no thing. So we know that can't be. It cannot be the rattle, because it doesn't even work for the first one, because it doesn't have any of them. So it cannot be the rattle. We're done with that. No more rattle. Okay. So then at this point, it's one of these 2 and one of these 2, and the only 2 left are these 2. So that is our situation right now. So here we go. 1 or 2 of those. So we have the ring there, the crown there, and the heart. Okay, that just is going to happen. No matter what, we are going to get 1 or 2 of those. So that doesn't matter. 1 or 2 of those. We have the note, we have the chain, and we have the heart. Okay, so one of these ones must be in it, and maybe 2 of them. Okay, then we have the note, that, and that. So again, oh, but one of those, 0 or 1. So either none of these or exactly one of them. Okay, let's see if it does this work for everything else. And we're looking at this one for the 0 or 1. Yeah, okay. So does this combination work for everything else? First of all, we have 1 of those, we have 1 of those. Yeah, that was already part of it. So 1 or 2 of these. The ring is not in it, the heart is in it, and the crown is not. Okay, that works for that. Now we have 1 or 2 of these. The note is not in it, but 2 of these are. Okay. 0 or 2 of these. We do have 2. Okay, I like that. We've at least gotten down to 1 possibility. Now, let's say it's not that. So that was with 0 of those. Or no, that was with 2 of those. If we did 0 of these, then we can't do 0 of those, because these 2, it's 1 or the other of these and not. So this must be 2. And which means because these 2 must go 1 or the other. If it is 2, this has to be, which means the note can't be it. Cool. Narrowing it down. I like it. So, since it has to be this, is there anything else? No. Okay. So then we have to have one of these 2, which that's already the case. Okay. So let's go back through these. 0 or 1 of those. Okay, so it cannot be both of these. 1 or 2 of those, the heart, this, or the note, which we already know it's not. So let's see, it cannot be both of these. So it will be one of them. Which inherently means that it's going to be one of those. So it doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter. Okay. So then we have the ring, the heart, and the crown, and it has to be 1 or 2 of those. Let's see, 1 or 2. It will be one or two of them. So that doesn't even really matter either. Boy. 50-50 chance? I don't know. Yes, earning my Sherlock rank up. Absolutely. Boy, brainulating this one is quite a thing. Well, at least I've gotten it down to, I know that the inkwell is part of it. It must be two of these. So I've figured this one out. I don't want to have to go through all of that again. So let's just say I figured that one out. It is two of those. In fact, I'm going to put the two right there. Okay. The rest of these are kind of iffy. Ooh. Oh boy. All right. I'm going to go through this one more time. Shakespeare Holmes? Okay, 0 or 1 of these. And yeah, we already know it can't be that. So as long as it isn't both of these, then we're good. Because it can be none of them. Okay, so as long as it isn't both of these. I'm gonna do that. Cannot be both of those. This one or two of them. Could be both of those. But it can't be neither of them. That can't be the case, and we already knew that because of that. Yep, we already knew that. Can't be both of these, so that one isn't super helpful. And so this, and this, 1 or 2 of those, that will definitely be the case. And it will actually only be 1 because, well, no, it could be either way. Okay, so I still do need more information. All right, that was, why was that? Did I find her again? What happened here? No, I didn't find her again. I got the other one of these. Okay. There's a lot of things going on here. Okay, so I had moved, and that gave me that. Okay, and then it's her turn to move. From here, she's going to, in 5 turns, she'll be there. I'm actually going to pull this out. So she is currently on top of me. And then he is going to move away from me to the right. So he's going to go over here. And she has to be where I am, so I'm going to search again. And I'm in Bishopsgate. And boom, she is there. So I get another clue, and now we get to brainulate again for a little while. Okay, 0 or 2 of these. We have the heart, we have the crown, and we have the inkwell. Well, that doesn't help me at all because I already knew it was going to be 2 of those. Poodly-doo. What was that, anyone? All right, well, and this 5 doesn't help me anymore because she's going to move 2, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I don't even know where that is. Gone. All right, then she goes again. Okay, so she moved from somewhere to one of these 3 locations. Doesn't matter, though. because he's going to move again and to my right, so he's going to go over there. Okay. Now I need to see where he is because this is the best location for that. So he's going to move toward the mug. That's what I thought. That's the only thing that makes any sense. So at this point, I have to determine with the clues given. I'm going to take a pause here and see if I can figure out where he is. Now he's going to always move the shortest distance. So from here, following this, is 1, 2, 3. Minimum 3. 4 if he's here. And 5 if he's here. So from here, 1, 2, 3 if he's here. 4 and 5. So that is not super helpful. So minimum distance, which I'm going to assume is not East Cheap. Because this is not going to be a random decision. So it's going to be the London Bridge or Southwark. And I just don't see any way. I'm going to have to check it from St. Paul's and Cripplegate and see which direction from there. So if he's in the Southwark, that... Yes. Yes. So if he's in the Southwark, from St. Paul's, it'll be 1, 2, 3 again. And it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to check it at St. Paul's. Versus London Bridge, he'll be pointing that way. Yep. Okay. So she's going to move again, and she's going to go from one of those to a cross. So she could literally be at any of the crosses. Okay. Well, I might as well work my way over to St. Paul's. We're going to go there. And she, is likely right on top of me. Yes, she must be, because the only way to get from a cross to a coin symbol is be at Cornhill. So first he's going to move, and he'll go over here. And then I'm going to check, because she has to be right where I am. So Cornhill. No? What? Oh my gosh, there's one down here. Phooey. Okay, well, she has to move again. 1, 2, 3, and I have to put this on, wait, that was 2, on 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 2, 4, 6, 7, yeah. So at least I know that she is right there. Okay, well, whatever. Then she moves again to I forget where, and so it's my turn. So I'm going to go ahead and go to St. Paul's. She's going to move, I think, down to here, so I'm going to put her there. Put her there! I think the last clue shows 1 or 2, and the card that you put a 2 on should now be the top 2 icons for sure. It can't be the bottom one. No, it has to be the bottom one. And since this is 0 or 2, and I did all that determining to find out that this one must be in it, so it has to be 2, which means it has to be that one or that one in addition to it, which is why I put them here. Does that make sense? He's not gonna move. So now I wanted to check the fair youth at St. Paul's. And he's going to go in this direction, which tells me it will be the London Bridge. I think. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I check it from Blackfriars, 1, 2, 3. I already did it from Blackfriars. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So looks like London Bridge. Yep, I think London Bridge is it. So the next time I'm on the London Bridge, I need to do this. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do this so that I remember. Okay. That was my turn. Oh, you're good, Halladedley. I appreciate the input because I often miss things. And yeah. No, that was just a big, long stretch of logic that I had to go through that I don't really want to repeat. So it's okay. All right. She's going to move from there back over to here. And I don't remember where she was going. So in that case, I'm going to check at St. Paul's her rendezvous location. 1. Okay, boom. Yeah, all 3 of those. So that's not helpful at all. Okay, I already know where he is, so I'm going to take all these out. Okay. She's going to move again. Oh my gosh. Back to a house yet again, so I think she's over here. Okay. See, the green one is 5. That's quite a ways away. So I'm going to move over to Cornhill. Or should I? Yeah, I might as well head over to the London Bridge area. So I'm going to go to Cornhill. She's going to move, and I don't know where. You know what? I'll go ahead and do another fog card. Discard a clue of your choice, then draw another from the clue deck. I like that, and that one actually goes... Did I do that one? Oh, yeah, that was that. Oh, but discard the top card doesn't mean I discard this one. So that actually went on the bottom. And then this one does now. So discard a clue of my choice. Then draw another one. So I won't be able to access it anymore. I already know from both of these that... Wait a minute. Yeah, that was these 2 and these 2. This is the one that I discovered. It has to be that or that, and it must be this. No, this one was useless. That's right. because I already know all that information for something else. So I'm going to discard that one. Whoops. Okay, and one of these. So we already know it's not the rattle. We already know it's not that, and we already know it's that. Well, that was also not useful. Oh well, that's all right. Okay, so that was that. She's going to move again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's here. Ish. Okay, I will move to Eastcheap. She is probably on the London Bridge. And so I might as well stay here so that when she comes up. So in that case, I will check out Eastcheap with the rendezvous. And we have a 2. So I'll put that right there. So 2 away are those aren't in there. 2 away are those aren't, one of them, that one. Okay, so then 1, 2, the house. Can I get a, I cannot. So that eliminated that one. But we can still get to a house and the drama symbol. Okay. That goes on the bottom. Okay, she's going to move again. And, oh yeah, I'm positive she is right where I am. I need to put that over here. So, let's do this again. This game ended up way longer than I expected. Hey, Mike! Mike! It is Monday streaming solo day! I was right. Cool, I found her again. I get another clue. I'm going to end up needing every single one of the clues in this thing. So 0 or 1 of these. I already know it's this one, so it cannot be this one. Awesome. Figured that out. We already knew it couldn't be that one, so I don't need this here anymore. Now let's go through this and see if I can eliminate one of these 2. So that was that. This one, I believe we figured out just 1, which is that one, not that or that. 1 or 0 of these. So it's not that one. So it must be this one. Okay. Let's make sure that works for all the other ones. 1 or 2 of those. We have 1 here, so that satisfies that. 1 or 2 of these. We have a ring and a heart. That satisfies that. 2 of those we already figured out. We got the ring and the inkwell. That satisfies that. 1 of those we have the heart, and that's it. And that satisfies that. And 1 of these we have the ring, and that's it. So we should be good. We've got it. Okay. So I need to find her one more time, but I have to find her at her rendezvous. And I don't know what the rendezvous is yet. So here we go. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. So I have to move ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's in a location that I don't know, and then moves to one of those. Okay, that's fine. So she's in one of those 3 locations. I'm just going to put that there because I don't know where she is. Okay, then I will move up to Bishopsgate. She moves from that to one of those. So she's either here, here. Well, okay, so she's in any one of the 4 locations, whatever. Okay, I'm going to check Bishopsgate for the rendezvous. It is 1 space away, and there are no houses. 1 space away, which means I've got her. I have to find her at a location, at one of these 3 locations, with that symbol, because that is going to be her secret location here. Oh no, I didn't go down to... Okay, well, I can take all these off. I didn't go down to London Bridge. I need to confront the fair youth. Okay. So now it's her turn to move. She's going to go to another place that I don't know. Again, I have to confront her at one of these places. I need to know where she's going to go. Oh! Number 1. Let's see. Was this? No. This? No. Which means, oh, in 3 moves she's going to be there. Shoot. The bummer is I can't go down here and confront him there and also meet her up there. But, man. But she does a lot of dinking around over here. So I'm going to confront him there and then head over here and just kind of wait around until she shows up. Okay, so I'll move there. She's going to go, actually, probably right where I am, but I can't confront her because it's not in her rendezvous. So I'm going to move here. She's going to go there, probably right there. In fact, exactly right there. And while I am here, I'm going to confront him. So, the London Bridge, is that his location? He is in the London Bridge! Awesome. So I got the fair youth. Perfect. I don't need that card anymore. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Okay, so that was my turn. She is going to move on to there. By the way, he was supposed to move when I was up here and I forgot, which means he should probably be over here. Okay, so then I will move there. She's going to go there. I'm going to move here. She's going to go somewhere. I'm going to move here. She's going to go there. And I'm going to see if she is in the Blackfriars. Oh, if she's not, this is going to be a problem. Oh, no! Because I searched, she's going to move 7 spaces. No, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dude. How am I going to find her on one of these? And I only have this many cards left until the deck is out and I lose. And every time I miss, I have to discard, or essentially discard another 8 cards. So, I mean, she could be right where I am. Oh, except she has to move once. No, that's not helpful. She's not going to go back up there. So I'm just going to come down here because I know she does some stuff around here as well. Okay, in 5 moves, she'll be there. I don't know where she is again, so I just have to stay here. So I'm just going to move again to... she probably was just here. So she's up there, or here, or here, or here. So she's not where I am. So I'm going to stay where I am. She's on a house location. Wait, so from here, she is, let's see, that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Or here, 3, 4, 5. Is she where I am? I think this is my last chance, and I'm going to try it. The Liberty of the Clink. I hope she's here. No! Phooey. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's somewhere that I don't know, and then in one of these two spaces. So I should just stay here and hope she comes this way. And she might have, and this is my last chance. So I just need to hope that she came this way. Oh. Liberty of the Clink again. If this isn't it, it's not. Pretty sure I just lost the game. Yeah, because I have to go 1... Oh, that was literally the last space. She couldn't have been there. Well, that's fine. Okay, well, I did not catch her in time. But let's find out, first of all, if I could have won had I caught her. So firstly, and I could have caught her some other time, but I didn't have her in the right space, so that didn't work. So did I get the rendezvous correct? I did get the rendezvous correct. And then the next question is, had I caught her, would I have actually gotten her combination? And we have, no! I was 1 off. This one. How did I get that wrong? Well, I'm going to leave that to you guys to figure out how I got that wrong. I got 2 of them correct, and this last one, somehow, I got wrong. But the darker lady, this time, was Maria Mountjoy. And that was Black Sonata. A really fun deduction and hidden movement combination game with all sorts of, if you get one or both of the expansions, just a ridiculous amount of modular adding things and layers and all that kind of stuff. So it is a lot of fun. Okay, I'm going to check on my poll because I haven't looked at it in quite some time. We have... Cool. Thank you for voting. I really appreciate it. Oh, gotta go down to the bottom. It looks like out of 5 votes, you guys want me to play Legacy of You. So that will be coming next week. And then next week, I will have you guys golf clap. Next week, I'll have you guys vote on whether you want me to play another game of it the following week, or if we want to move on to Maquis or Nemo's War, because those will be the remaining 2. Like I said, I'm going to play all of my top 10s, all the games that were on my top 10, and before I move on to anything else. So, there we are. And, yeah. So get ready for Legacy of You next week. I'm excited because, like I said, this is my number 1. That may have changed if I redid this list as of today. This wouldn't, if I redid it and this wasn't in the top spot, it wouldn't have dropped far because this is an excellent game. I love it. But it is my number 1 on that top 10 list, so we'll be playing this next week. I'm super excited. So I'll see you then. Thank you again for coming. And if you aren't already, please subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be playing some Elden Ring. And then we'll see you later on in the week for more Halo. And then we will be playing, again, we're going to start Guardians of the Galaxy. So I will see you then. Thank you for joining me again. Bye-bye!